Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap from Monday, April 29, 2025 is finally here. In today's episode, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Hinswood, has issues with Eric Forrester's John McCook actions. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, claims the magic has returned with Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. 8 Forrester Creations, Eric and Donna Logan, Jennifer Garees. Watch the fashion show on a monitor. Christine Blair, Lauralee Bell, interrupts, saying she wants to place an order. Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and Zend Forrester Dominguez, Delon Demetz, come in next talking about mashups of Bridget. Christina gives Eric some paperwork for the deal with Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, the Young and the Restless. Christine leaves, which prompts Donna to gush about Eric's strategy skills. Over with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. She tells Steffi all about being locked in with Brooke. Steffi starts venting about the blonde. Katie goes backstage and observes Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, putting her paws all over Carter Walton. Lawrence St. Victor, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, wants to be alone with Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace. Will pulls her into a close, but she won't close the door. Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, suddenly shows up. Guess today's not Will's lucky day. Again, Ridge goes on the catwalk, which prompts Brooke to approach her former flame. Brooke says her heart is still thumping. Ridge admits she saved the day when she showed up. Reporters want to know if this will lead to a bigger event. Brooke toys with them, saying, "You never know." Katie starts yapping about perfume to the media. Taylor and Steffi enter. The reporters ask Steffi about the showstopper, but the co-CEO tries to downplay it. When the reporters move along, the Forrester women talk about Brooke plotting to be the center of attention at the show. Backstage, Ridge joins Daphne and Carter. The COO was impressed with the showstopper. Ridge gives the credit to Eric. Once at the office, Eric gushes about Zen's work. Eric adds that Ridge and Brooke is now trending on social media. Eric is excited. Steffi and Taylor come in to hear Eric taking credit for the showstopper scheme. Taylor admits she got Brooke locked in the closet. Eric gives a speech about changing the narrative, then says Brooke saved the show. After thanking him, Brooke asks for a moment alone with Eric. Once alone, Brooke admits she could still feel the magic with Ridge. Eric is pleased and hugs Brooke. Ridge and Taylor are now in the showroom. The designer says he had nothing to do with Brooke showing up on stage. Taylor believes him. Ridge says it's just a dress. That is when Taylor clarifies that the dress was on the woman everyone wants Ridge to be with. Ridge tries to smooth things over. But once Taylor exits, he thinks about Brooke in that dress. The sun beamed down on the Forrester estate, but inside, the air was thick with tension and secrets. Monday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful wasted no time diving deep into the fractures tearing the Forresters apart, and none cut deeper than Eric's unexpected betrayal. Eric's shocking move. In the Forrester living room, the family patriarch sat with a heavy heart. Eric had always prided himself on being the voice of reason, the pillar everyone could lean on. But today, that foundation showed cracks. Eric looked at the signed documents on the coffee table, ones Ridge and Steffi hadn't seen yet. A partnership agreement, drafted in secret with none other than Bill Spencer. The terms were clear. A silent merger between Forrester Creations and Spencer Publications' fashion subsidiary. Eric knew what he was doing would devastate Ridge, but he convinced himself it was for the good of the company and the family. Donna entered, her brow furrowed. "Eric, are you sure about this? You know how Ridge will react when he finds out." Eric's hands trembled slightly as he poured himself a scotch. "I'm not proud of it, Donna. But Ridge and Steffi, they've been reckless. We need stability. And Bill's offering it." Donna's heart ached. She loved Eric, but she hated watching him compromise his principles. She thought of the loyalty that had always bound the Forresters together. Today, that bond was fraying. Brooke's misguided magic. Meanwhile, at Brooke's house, hope and desperation filled the air. Brooke stood over a makeshift altar, candles, crystals, a photo of Ridge smiling his signature smirk. She had consulted with a love healer, a last-ditch effort to draw Ridge back to her for good. Despite the sophistication of her wardrobe and her public image, Brooke's private life had once again unraveled. Ridge had been distant, distracted. Steffi had his ear, and Taylor's name seemed to linger just a little too long whenever Ridge spoke of the past. Brooke whispered the incantation she had been given. "Let the man whose heart I hold return to me, no more cold. Bind our souls in love's pure light, now and forever, this very night." Hope Logan walked in mid-chant, her eyes wide. "Mom, what are you doing?" Brooke flushed, hastily blowing out the candles. "It's just a little harmless magic. I need Ridge to remember what we had. What we still have." Hope shook her head, deeply concerned. "Magic isn't going to fix this, Mom. Talk to him. Be honest, don't manipulate him." Brooke's shoulders sagged. Deep down, she knew Hope was right. But desperation makes fools of even the strongest hearts, and Brooke Logan was no exception. At Forrester Creations, lines drawn in the sand. Later, at Forrester Creations, tensions bubbled to the surface. Steffi, Ridge, and Thomas were in Ridge's office, arguing about the latest designs. Steffi, never one to mince words, pushed hard for a bolder, edgier line. One Ridge felt veered too far from the brand's core. "Dad, we need to evolve," Steffi insisted, arms crossed. "You can't keep designing like it's 1995. Ridge threw up his hands. "I'm Forrester Creations. Without me, there is no brand to evolve." Thomas, sensing the explosion about to happen, tried to mediate. "Maybe there's a way to blend both visions. Honor the past but push toward the future." But Ridge wasn't hearing it. His gut told him someone was pulling strings behind the scenes, and his instincts weren't wrong. Just then, Carter walked in, his face unreadable. "There's something you all need to see," he said, holding up the merger documents Eric had signed. The room fell silent. Steffi grabbed the papers, skimming them, her mouth dropping open. "No, no way. This is a joke, right, Dad?" Ridge snatched them out of her hands, reading them twice to be sure he wasn't hallucinating. "Eric merged us with Bill Spencer." Carter nodded grimly. "It's done. Finalized." The betrayal hit Ridge like a punch to the gut. Eric, his father, his mentor, had gone behind his back. And for what? Security? Money? Fear? Steffi's eyes blazed. "We have to fight this. We can undo it, right?" Carter looked grim. "It's going to be complicated, and very, very public." Brooke's spell backfires. Back at Brooke's house, she received an unexpected visitor. Ridge himself. Still reeling from Eric's betrayal, Ridge had sought comfort where he always had, with Brooke. But when he arrived, the lingering scent of burnt candles and the sight of half-hidden crystals tipped him off that something strange was afoot. "What's going on here?" Ridge asked, brow furrowed. Brooke tried to play innocent. "Nothing. Just spring cleaning." But Ridge wasn't buying it. He saw the open book on the table, a manual on love spells. His face darkened. "Where are you trying to cast a spell on me, Logan?" Brooke's cheeks burned. I wanted to remind you of what we have. I wanted to help us find our way back to each other." Ridge's jaw tightened. "I don't need magic, Brooke. I need honesty. I need trust. Without that, we're nothing." The words hit Brooke harder than she expected. In trying to cling to Ridge, she might have pushed him even further away. Ridge turned to leave, but not before dropping a bombshell. "My father betrayed me today. I can't handle another betrayal. Think about that, Logan." Brooke sank onto the couch, stunned. Her magic hadn't just failed, it had made everything worse. Eric's guilt and Donna's plea. Meanwhile, Eric stood alone on the Forrester balcony, gazing out over the sprawling gardens. The weight of his decisions pressed heavily on him. Donna found him there, her expression soft but firm. "You still have time to fix this," she said. "Talk to Ridge. Explain why you did it." Eric shook his head. He won't understand. He'll just see a betrayal. Donna placed her hand gently on his arm. "Maybe. But isn't the truth better than letting him believe you don't care at all?" Eric's eyes glistened with unshed tears. He had built Forrester Creations with his own 2 hands. To him, it wasn't just a company, it was family, legacy, love. He thought he was protecting all of that. But now he wasn't so sure. A brewing war. At Spencer Publications, Bill toasted Justin Barber, smug satisfaction written all over his face. "Eric's a smart man. He knows a sinking ship when he sees one." Justin chuckled. "And Ridge is going to lose his mind." Bill's eyes glinted with something dangerous, a combination of victory and anticipation. "Good. Let him. The Forresters have ruled this town for too long. It's time they remember who really holds the power." But even as Bill celebrated, a storm was brewing, one that could cost him more than he bargained for. Hope's warning to Brooke. Later that evening, Hope returned to her mother's house, finding Brooke staring blankly at the extinguished candles. "Mom," Hope said gently, sitting beside her. "You don't have to fight for Ridge this way. If he loves you, really loves you, he'll find his way back on his own." Brooke wiped away a tear. "What if he doesn't, Hope? What if I lose him forever?" Hope squeezed her hand. "Then maybe he wasn't really yours to begin with." The words stung, but deep down, Brooke knew they were true. Love built on fear and manipulation was no love at all. And Brooke Logan was finally starting to realize, if she wanted Ridge back, she'd have to win him honestly, or not at all. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and BAUTGFULUPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.